Josh, if you want to give the narrative refresher. I do have one retcon. Uh, Archdomina is not actually the Fabricator General. Technically, since he's gone, she's considered the Regent Commander. So, like, she's in charge. She just doesn't get the title because he's not confirmed yet.
Okay. Region Commander.
Yep.
Okay.
This is voice.
Well, I'm mostly upset that Jesse ignored our text about Hat Day. It was supposed to be Hat Day.
Exactly, yeah. Today is Hat Day,
no,
Jesse, and you missed it.
and
I've got another hat.
You know what? My hair is my hat because this is not normal.
So you're looking pretty long there, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You're practically a fucking hippie.
I know, right?
Seriously.
I know. When you're sitting at work, you're like, man, I'm sweating, and you feel it in the back of your hair. You're like, oh, that's gross, and here it is.
Hey, there we go.
So we were hired by Archdomina to find she described it as an artifact, right? But it's a stasis coffin, right? And there's something inside, but she wasn't allowed to tell us what it was. She was actually physically prevented from telling us what was inside.
Yeah, so what she told you guys was that she did know what was inside, but there was some kind of code that was written that prevented her from telling you.
Yeah. So we went to a
I'm pretty sure it's the omnisized testicles.
Yeah. So we went to
All
this.
3 of them.
Yeah, all 3 of them. So we went to this.
he's missing one.
It's like a shrine, or
There's a lot of heresy going on this table.
So we went to this basically like a temple, right? That they worship.
It was a tech crypt.
Tech crypt.
So it was where they stored like artifacts that were important.
And we started investigating. There were some like dead bodies, like just kind of like pushed up against the wall. We investigated some of the dead bodies, and it turns out that some of them were shot by stubber rounds, and then there's some of them were like fried, and they were that like specific effect was because of or pointed to the Fulgurites, the electro priests. Is that right? And so we had kind of 2 leads going out. We investigated the where the stasis coffin was, and there was something weird about is it the void or the warp? Which one is it? Is it
the warp.
There's something weird that happened with the warp at that place, right?
Yeah, John felt like an echo, like there was
Like a remnant.
Yeah, exactly.
So we.
All right, because he's playing 11.
Yeah, came back up, and we tried to hunt down the gangs. We were trying to follow some kids, but we ended up getting ambushed. We met up with a investigator.
All right, I'm a gang leader now.
Yeah. we met up with an investigator, and I can't remember his Loxon, right?
Yep, Loxon.
Yep.
And you sent him to go get killed.
Yeah, I sent him. He was gonna go check out the tech crypt, and I told him to talk to the alpha squad leader at the front door.
That hates us.
Well, it doesn't hate us. We got through. He was a mind trick to get through the door, right? And then that kind of we ended up getting led to a fixer, like a repair shop for people, and
Market eyeball surgeon.
Well, it was more like a bar that a doctor happened to work out of the back of.
There you go. Yeah. Ethan decided that it would be a good idea to get an eye replaced.
It's a great idea. Everybody should get all their eyes replaced.
Idea.
Yeah.
Idea.
I do. Does our shock and wound carry over from the last session, or is that reset?
We didn't get
I
a
believe
long
it does
rest
carry over.
It
What?
does, yeah.
I believe it does.
Yeah, because we had just finished combat.
Yeah, I'm barely standing.
So
The only thing you guys should get back is 2 wrath.
See, I don't
I'm not
actually
even get
have
it back.
any
It's just
wounds.
reset.
I just have it permanent disadvantage
wound,
on everything
yeah.
because I'm missing an eye.
We should talk about that
Yeah.
yeah, so
after Josh has wrapped up.
yeah, so we So Ethan's character, which is what's his name?
Samsel Samselson.
Simsel Simselman.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then Yeshua heard the screams and came to his aid at the
Simsel.
most opportune moment.
I tried to stop him.
Saved my life.
Yep.
Saved
Hero,
my life.
hero, really, you
Well
could say. Battle ensued. We were victorious, but there were some casualties.
I'm not gonna drink it all.
Which is
tempt the man.
Simselman's eye was the casualty.
Yeah, so
F's in the chat.
they had removed your organic eye. They were installing your augment, and then the doctor was quickly murdered. So
Effectively dispatched.
Killed, not murdered.
Oh, we did though.
it's 100% murder by any legal body.
He was
Like,
attacking
absolutely.
my ally. It was self-defense.
He was a doctor performing doctorly functions.
I don't see the certificates.
But we did
You
find
didn't
some.
ask for him.
We did find some good information there. We found out that this gang called the Hardwares, which is an up-and-coming gang, they have red servo arms, and we found out that they had some huge score recently that they're trying to offload.
Yep, and I think either you guys figured this out or you didn't. I'll just give it for free. But a score that big, they would be looking to move it off-world pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Would want to get out of Arcus.
Right.
Of Arcus.
So we need to go to the
Arcus.
docks.
Okay, yeah. So
Space
the eye.
docks.
All right. In my defense, the module. It's just like if they want to have it installed, it's this way because there's a skilled doctor there. I did not look up the self installation because I did not expect anybody to murder the doctor. My bad.
How did you
was
not
the plan for
expect
that
that?
next
That was your first mistake, Julian.
Somebody needs to work on their communications.
100% my fault.
Next time I'll get next time I'll get some new voice box
Yeah.
installed.
Yeah.
You
Alright,
should have.
so-
You should have taken, or she should have been stronger and not screamed out. Is the
Yeah. That's the problem is I'm just too much of a bitch.
problem.
So if it were trying to install it, it says an unsuccessful surgery causes a traumatic injury unless a successful Medicaid test is immediately made at the same difficulty number.
Okay.
Okay.
And that difficulty number is set by the augmetics value. So are you guys cool with going that way, or would you rather just keep the permanent wounded condition until your eye's fixed?
Well,
I mean, I'd like to fix it if we can.
Yeah, but I mean, like, instead of yeah, I was saying instead of the way that you regularly fix it, taking the traumatic injury
Right.
instead of what we have now.
Do a medicine check.
Yeah, so either
Somebody
it's
wanna
either
do the
the
Medicaid
permanent
check?
wounded or the traumatic injury, and then we'll fix it. See if we can fix it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Which one's worse?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know what the traumatic injury table has.
There it is.
It's probably the traumatic injury table.
Your
I was
broken leg.
Yeah, your head explodes.
Your head explode. That's strong bad for you.
Shout out to
Yeah.
the makers of
Alright.
these dice who
There's traumatic
give
injury.
Rob
no?
dice with it.
Did you find your character sheet,
Injuries table.
John?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I have no idea how many wounds I had, though. I know I had some wounds.
Yeah.
I think I had like 3 or 4.
Uh,
I'm
Okay,
like
gotcha.
halfway to death.
Okay, so it's
That doctor hit
plus
hard.
2 difficulty instead of right now. I think it's plus 1 for you.
One second, Julian. Say that one more time,
Yeah.
man.
So right now what you have is plus 1 difficulty to all tests.
Yep.
And what it is just plus 2 difficulty to tests that require sight.
Which is gonna be
So-
most of everything that I do.
Most of everything, yeah, but some things not.
You're like the
So I'll leave it up to you to
opposite,
choose.
He can't hear anything.
So my
He
options
can't
are
see.
plus 1 to everything or plus 2 to things that require sight.
Yes.
I'll just take plus 1 to everything.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys stumble out of the bar after having murdered everybody.
I got
Some
my
of them
money
got
back
away.
though. That's the
You got your money
important
back.
Nice.
Some of them got
did.
away.
Whoever remains, Zyvan will stand up with his followers, his groupies, and will start conducting last rites on every dead carcass in here.
Oh yeah, because you just sat and watched the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I didn't do a thing.
And you conduct like Imperial cult last rites.
Yep.
Not like Mechanicus cult last rites.
No. Let's do this right. Imperial cult.
Respecting their religious beliefs. No.
And just to let you know, my objective for today is to convert a non-believer to the truth of the Imperial cult. So I won.
We roll.
You can either roll or pick, yeah.
Can you convert a dead person?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I am going to live by example and see if it rubs off.
I would say goal not achieved. However, do take a wrath because I believe it is successful role playing.
Just
How much
use it to
fucking
roll
time
Good
is that
job.
gonna take? Can you just do one ceremony for everyone in the building?
Well, if you put them all in a line, I can do it that way. Because then I just bop, 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 bop as I drive a bolt
Yeah, I
through each
assume,
one of their
it's
heads.
just like, the Catholic like sign of the cross, throw some holy water at them, move on.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
more,
except
but
it's
more.
but
it's more
spray 'em with
40K.
blood and spit
Yeah,
a bolt
that's
through
why
their
I said
forehead.
like take a spike and just shove it to their foreheads. That way, they're pinned to the ground. Just like the old holy one, the living God, the living emperor, the God King Emperor.
The eternal one.
Since he is stuck to his chair, so these people will be stuck to the place where they die.
Julian, we're in a bar right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I just be drinking in the bar? And
Yeah. So the drink available is essentially diesel fuel. Kevin was able to successfully power his chainsword with it.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
So yeah, you can definitely drink that.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab Josh's character and be like, you machines, right? I do guns, you do machines, right? Right?
It is true. I have many augments myself. I've never installed them.
Do my eye.
Lay down here on this bed.
He's gonna do your eye.
And we established that there's no kind of like anesthetic or any fucking crazy shit.
There is no anesthetic.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Kevin's character. And we're like, come here.
What can I help you with?
Knock me out.
you want some diesel fuel?
I do it.
Oh, I think you. Let me look it up, but I think like when you lose all your shock, you go unconscious, right?
I will heal shock whenever possible.
Like while he's actively trying to get knocked out, you're just
Yes.
gonna keep healing
Feel
him.
it back.
Yeah. No, I will. I'm doing last rites. I'm kidding.
Did someone bring Girl Scout cookies?
They're fake.
Oh.
Fake Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, never mind.
They're Woman Scout cookies.
I'm
No.
still.
They're still alright.
So yeah, I have
If they were women, they'd just be penises.
Lady Holy Warrior, just knock me over the side of the head, knock me out.
Okay, I cannot find it.
I was trying to see if I
but
had
we'll
any
say yeah.
psychic that would
He
help.
deals enough damage to you to exhaust all your shock, and now you are unconscious.
Sweet.
Okay.
What do you guys choose to do with his unconscious body?
I start working.
All right, I have to find the augment.
So are you gonna harvest
Ethan,
my
do you
organs
remember
while
the
you're at
name
it?
of it?
Yeah, exactly. You might be missing a kidney or two. I'm just gonna set up shop. This is my new life now. I'm the new Ripper Doc.
Find a couple of augments, you don't know what they do, so you install them just to see what
Yeah, I'm like,
happens.
wonder what this does.
You should do that. You should totally do that.
Well, let's see how the eyeball goes first.
I'm looking for the augment table.
I volunteer as tribute.
The eye augment is on page 244.
I'm gonna say, you don't necessarily need to go for advanced functioning. If you can just get something that kind of works, call it a success.
Yeah.
A half blind eye
Yeah.
and like can't see color is better than no eye.
What about putting a garage door opener in there?
The button for it when he blinks and the door opens?
Yeah. Or we can do a motion sensor so every time like somebody walks in front of him, bink.
Put the trigger to his gun.
Is it the auger array?
Yeah, which one did you get, Ethan?
Or no, I think you got the augmentic eye, right?
Yeah, but there's like 3 different ones, right?
Put a klaxon
There's
in
one.
there so every time he blinks.
Oh, I think
it
you got
goes
the
off.
Prey Sense goggles,
What
which
page?
is on 238. You can see at night. 244 is the augmented eye. You can get +1 to awareness test. You can get Prey Sense goggles. You can get a reticule.
Well, let me see, because they had a limited selection at that place.
Yeah.
So I think it says like only from this table or something.
If I remember right, you said that it was the Prey Sense goggles, so you could see at night. Or did you get the reticule?
Rare or uncommon augmetics. So the presence.
What page is that supposed to be on?
They're rare.
240.
It could have been that.
234. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, whichever one, we can retcon it, and you can just pick one.
Yeah, I think it was the
It's
Prey
an
Sense
eye.
goggles.
Okay, cool.
Might I suggest eeny, meeny, miny?
Yeah. So Josh, roll a tech test. Difficulty, it would be 5, but I think you have +1 because you're wounded. So difficulty 6.
Ooh. Okay. So a tech test.
Yep.
So I roll 7 die.
Yeah, because they get the thermo sensing. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a 6. So that's 2 successes. A 5, which is 1 success. Another 5, which is a success. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
You best spend a wrath.
I'm gonna spend a wrath and re-roll my fails. Come on, big money, big money. Oh yeah, another 6 and another 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Okay, cool.
Is that
I
enough?
don't have
You
enough.
needed 7.5.
Oh, you don't have enough to shift. You do have enough to successfully solve.
Yeah.
Oh, but a 1 on the wrath, so.
No. 5 on the wrath.
Yeah, it's successfully installed.
So it's installed. but you
I
still
don't
Hell
want to wake
yeah.
them up to test it, but as far as you can tell, there's no reason why it shouldn't work.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't booted up yet, so how am I to know until he wakes up? What other augments are laying around?
Anything? Well, okay, I'll pick a few rare and uncommon ones. That way, it's not just like a free for all.
Yeah, just shove something.
You open your eye and it boots up Windows PowerShell.
Or immediately blue screens. It's like,
Ah, this.
Have you ever heard of a BIOS fail?
yeah.
Are you guys looking for anything in particular?
Nope, don't give us random ones.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the
Surprise us.
presents are just—they're not an augmetic.
No, so the augmented eye you can
Acts as
add an
Presence goggles.
augmented acts as Presence goggles.
It would then be a DN7, but you still roll it, so you're still good. Woo.
Ooh, that's a close.
Yeah.
That was lucky.
So we'll say there's 2 more augmetic eyes available. A set of augmetic legs.
Is there an upgrade for my Rosarius? It's like a power field.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you can get something else that like would help with defense.
Josh, what's your character's name?
Mark.
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 You like-
I'll say there's a
Got one,
sinew
too.
I feel
armature.
like cutting off someone's leg.
Say it again?
and
Yeah.
Putting on
A
another
sinew
leg.
armature. You gain +1 strength.
What if we installed another augmentic eye on the back of his head?
And then there's a couple of
Then I call it
mechanodendrites. Oh, that's funny. Dendrites an actual, that's an actual chemical thing. And you have to identify them.
Say that thing with the +1 strength. I couldn't find the right page.
What about a mind?
Sinew armature, page 245.
What about a mind impulse unit? 245 is that page.
Somebody did some research.
Don't you have a mind impulse unit already?
Ethan does not, and I am worshiping the Omnissiah,
No.
and I will help him communicate with the machine gods.
See, obviously,
Okay.
what I need is the dogmatic cortex.
Bolster faith and resolve. You get +1 willpower. You actually want willpower? Oh, it's very rare. There's no very rares.
Oh, the Mind Impulse unit is very rare?
No, the
autodogmatic.
autodogmatic cortex.
Oh.
The Mind Impulse unit, I'll say you find one. You don't recognize it because it's an older model, but you find it.
Okay. What's the difficulty to install that?
That would also be a 7. So it's going to be the value, and then +1 because of your wounded condition.
Okay. I mean,
Well, first
I
one
want
went so
Ethan-
smoothly.
I want Ethan to be able to communicate with my gods.
Do it.
Did you take the convert a non-believer goal?
No, but I just think my character would think about it. Like, I would think it would help him.
He's also got to try to make up for blasting his gun.
Right?
Oh, yeah. very
My,
true.
my guns would technically be part of his gods or whatever, so I mean, it just makes sense.
Okay. I'm going to try it. I'll be like, we need to install this extra module for his eye to work correctly. I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick.
I know nothing. Go right ahead.
Hell yeah.
I'm just drinking my diesel.
That's 2 6s. Is that 4 a success or a 5
Just a 5.
Okay.
No, 4 is a success.
Oh, is it?
It's you have a half a chance to succeed.
Oh, man.
4 is a
So 1 through 3 are
success?
failures.
5, 6, 7,
4,
8,
5, 6
8
is-
successes.
Well, you're not wounded
No, I
anymore,
don't think
right?
he
That's
was.
why it was a 5 in the first place.
Holy shit.
No, the 5 is the number of successes that you need. So he has +1 difficulty to anything. So if it's a difficulty of 6 regularly, it becomes 7, etc. Josh, yeah, you have enough.
I
You
definitely
could, yeah.
install this unit. And I say, my work is done. And I am give you a little pat on the face, splash you with some
I'll
water.
heal him. I'll do my healing for shock.
Okay, excellent. I think you have to spend something for that, but yeah, you can handle that. Ethan, you wake up.
Cool.
You can still see.
I cover up your good eye. And I'm like, can you still see?
Oh yeah.
I still
You
see?
cannot.
I can't?
No.
It's crazy.
You're blind.
I thought it was, the way I remembered it was just 5.
It doesn't work.
Is there a Control-Alt-Delete?
Have you tried turning it off? Have you tried turning
Poke him
off
in
the
the eye.
echo sound?
I
on the
slapped,
Power
AI?
button is.
I slapped him on the side of the head with the new eye. Percussive maintenance.
I
Yeah,
grab
so
him by
you
the.
take a slap, and and your world kind of shakes, and then. Okay. Yeah, you can see.
It powers up.
Powers
Yeah.
up like Robocop's eye.
I close the eye. My regular eye, I can see through the robot eye. I
Yep,
push a couple
yeah.
buttons on the side of my head. It flips through all the predator modes. Do I get all the predator
Oh, it's
modes?
So what do you get out of it? You just get it functions as the predator.
Yeah, so you
goggles,
can
right?
see at night, basically, yeah.
It does.
Okay.
it
You
has,
should
like,
make one of
thermal
the-
vision or whatever.
You should make one of the predator modes, like what do they call those? Like the little anime dolls.
Yeah.
Thermosensitive technology grants
Little
aware.
anime doll.
Yeah, like
heat signatures.
little anime dolls jumps in front of his face on one of the channels.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody turns to that.
Okay, so you can see heat signatures.
So I pull a Mandalorian, and even though you cannot see my face through my mask, you can tell that I have a satisfied look on my face.
Like, all right, everything's working. You can see. Good. You're wasting a lot of our time. Let's go.
And I kind of whisper to you, and I'm like,
Get an automatic watch next time.
the spirits have blessed you, my son. You may now be able to commune with the machine gods.
I don't really know what that means, but okay.
You can't see my face, but you can tell I wink.
Right, you get that like half nod kind of
Yeah.
thing. You're like,
I'm a great method
So you-
actor.
Ethan, you also have the benefit of the Mind Impulse unit,
sweet.
which is like an active thing that you have to do. But yeah, you're still wounded.
I have to look at the
All right,
mind
no,
impulse unit.
Ethan's the only one unwounded now.
245.
He's the only one without any issues going on. Actually, Michael, you weren't here, so you're also not
No,
wounded.
I was drinking at the bar.
Yeah.
I was over on the bench.
Makes sense. You're a ganger. It's a ganger bar.
Yep.
I like how you didn't stop Zeshua from killing the doctor.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like my place.
He saw him. He saw him. Yeah.
So does this mean I can talk to my
Patient
gun?
No one to
confidentiality.
charge you for booze when everyone's
can try it.
dead.
Okay, I'm not gonna try it right now, but I might try it later.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I'll say. Well, I guess I didn't overhear the conversation. Who overheard the conversation about the hardwires getting a huge score?
I believe it was John.
The
yeah,
what?
I think it was.
Yeah, the gangbangers.
The Hardwares, which is a gang, they had
Oh,
some
yeah.
huge score. You're sitting at the bar.
They're
It's
my,
either
they're
you
my
or-
rival gang. Wasn't me.
Why are you calling yourself a gang? Because you guys killed all the
Right.
gearheads?
Right, I killed the leader of their gang, which makes me their new leader. Gang rules.
You have no followers, though.
That's fine. I'm the leader of their gang.
Gang of one.
Okay.
Yep. I am. Well, what we killed the gearheads, right? Yeah. So you are now the leader of the gearheads.
Michael, did
I
you
like to
feel
think of
any
myself as a
particular
one-man wolf.
affinity for the gearheads?
For the gearheads?
No, see, we are now the gearheads.
Yeah, no.
No.
I'm second in command of the gearheads. As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I did not grant
Because you're
you
the
that
other.
title.
It's only because you're the only
Most
other person.
experience. Didn't matter. I walked into that role.
I inherited this.
It's only because
Is
you're
there
the
a
only
power
other gearhead.
Yeah. What gang were you? Were you a gearhead? Yeah.
So we need to go to the space docks, right? That's where you get rid of space freight, right?
Is that where we were headed?
So you guys have that as a lead that they want to get off world, and then you also have the Fulgurites were involved, or look like they were involved in the attack.
Right, which that's a different gang, right?
No, it's
They're more like a religious sect.
Mhm.
So they still worship the Omnissiah, but they're a little different. It's like Baptists and I don't remember the other.
Presbyterian.
There you go.
Pick
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
You guys seen the who is it called? Mo Phillips, where he's like, "Oh, are you like West Presbyterian?" And he's like, "No, I'm Presbyterian of like the Eastern Great Lakes." And he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, it's of the 1707 convention." And he's like, "No, 1694." And he's like, "Die,
Yeah.
heretic."
Yeah, that's some.
You're a
yeah.
Calvinist Lutheran?
It's a classic bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, what do you guys want to do with that info?
Kill heretics. What else?
Well, I mean, like I really want to go see the Fulgurites, but I feel like time is of the essence. If they're trying to get this off world, like we probably need to move pretty quick. So we either need to. Julian, did you say that we knew where the Hardware's like home base was, or did we not know that? I can't remember if we.
You should know that. You're a ganger.
You
Michael.
you did not know anything
know
about
Hardwares.
where the Hardwares lived. Michael can roll for it.
Yeah. What do I roll?
I should pull up a character so I know
I would like to quick save.
what skills are available.
Quick save.
Okay, F5, you got it.
A scholar check?
I should have done that before getting the eye installed, but learn my lesson. Quick saving
A
now.
cunning check?
Maybe
Yeah.
The auto saving
Cunning.
Investigation, maybe?
terrible. So
Can we just have it auto save?
Or awareness,
Fast
maybe?
travel.
I feel like cunning makes... So total is how many dice you roll?
No, I would do cunning because it's like a street smart skill.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fast travel's not going
And
to do us
is it
very good here
5
because you can
plus
only
wrath,
fast
or
travel
is
where
wrath
you've already
one of
been.
them?
Wrath is one of them. So if your cunning is 5, 4 regular, one Wrath die.
Yep, exactly.
You choose which one's the wrath.
Alright, and what's success? 4?
4 5s and 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for 4 here.
What do I need for this? Because I didn't roll very well.
So you want to count up the number of 4, 5s, and 6s that you have.
Okay, 2.
Okay, are any of them a
Oh, it's just
6?
5s and 6s.
No.
Okay, so you have 2 successes.
Yeah.
You need 4. You could
Yeah, I killed that.
spend a wrath to re-roll your failures, as long as one of them isn't a 1 on the wrath die. I mean, like, you just can't re-roll that one. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, you just fail.
But then we've only got 1 wrath left, right?
I thought each.
No, each of you.
We each get 1?
We
Yeah,
each get 2
You
wrath.
each get 2.
Yeah,
Oh, shit,
re-roll.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at 3 right
Re-roll
now.
my failures.
Hell yeah.
And so
Oh,
I
the
have
group
4
thing.
4s and a 3.
Okay. Yeah. So 4 4s, you succeed.
Nice.
So you know that the hardwares, they do drink here. Pretty odd that you haven't seen any hardwares since you've been here. You picked up the same info that John got, that they have a big score, and they want to move it off world. I would say that you, as a fellow ganger, know that the easiest way to get something off world right now would be through the. Let me find the name of it.
Space Docks.
Eves down docks.
It's close to space docks, guys. Hang on. Right. The Stranos space elevator.
Oh,
I think in the first
space
session-
elevator.
Nice.
Yeah, I think in the first session I mentioned there are these like long
Oh yeah.
rails,
Yeah.
basically.
They go
leading
all the way out to
off-world.
space, and you're just like, "What's that's never
Hey,
gonna work."
Julian, would this count as applying experience in a crime to current situation?
I saw a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Ago
You've
where
definitely
there's a
moved
space
something
elevator
off-world.
Okay, that's one of my
What's your
objectives.
Nice, stick around.
Nice.
And Josh, also take a wrath for installing the Mind Impulse unit.
Hell yeah.
I was actually just gonna say my objective. I didn't change it, but examine an interesting piece of technology, determine a flaw or potential improvement. Piece of
Totally
technology
improved me.
improved by making him able to.
You should write down all of your achievements.
Yeah.
I mean,
that way.
I'm giving you the wrath. I'm going to say no on the goal because you didn't find the secret.
Ah, there's a secret.
What?
Do I have a?
Well, you didn't know, so it's fine.
Do I have a special
one
mind
objective
control
per
unit
round.
thing?
I don't know if it
Can I talk to
changes.
him?
Yeah, it's
Because
one
he's a
objective.
machine.
You
You're like a
probably
machine,
just
right?
Roll a d6 and pick one.
Mostly machine.
I don't know if it
I
changes.
can't be complete machine
No.
because that's
'Cause that's illegal.
sacrilegious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to be
And I will
almost
have
machine,
to put him down.
but I have to be part human in some
Right, like
way.
you basically got human brain, human heart, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they say even like just a piece of skin somewhere says that you're human.
I think
With
you still need the
data?
brain.
That little piece of
Because
skin that
you
you're
just
acting
can't
on.
have like AI, abominable intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
AI,
AI
yeah.
is very bad.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Hey,
But
Julian.
that's why like all the droids are like enslaved humans. Go ahead.
There's 6 objectives per character. Do you re-roll it every session?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't really found. A
I mean,
place
you can
to use it,
choose
though.
your objective too. Like, I'm not like stickling to it that you need to randomly choose it.
Well,
if you
are
have
we
something
going
you
to
wanna
the
accomplish
space
this
elevator
session,
then?
Go for it.
Yeah, I think that's where the check. Then we can backtrack if they haven't arrived yet and we can't find any information. We can swing back and check out the hardware's hideout.
Yeah. I'll turn to my groupies and be like, "Come, let us see how these robots stay connected to their world, just like the great Emperor King is stuck to his chair."
I'll say, point of contention: we are not robots. We are augmented humans.
Okay. You can believe that.
I'm not augmented.
I
You
will
guys are
fight
by
you.
yourself.
man.
You're just fucked in the head.
I'm gonna think really hard at Josh's character to just say you're totally a robot.
Are you trying to use the
I'm-
mind impulse?
Yeah,
unit?
I'm just thinking that really hard at Josh.
to like maybe communicate with my ear receptors.
Yeah.
How many shock did you get restored?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Jesse, how many shocks did I get restored?
And I can do this as many times as I want. It says action once per combat.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So 1d3 plus 1. What was that? Would be
That's 2.
2, so 3. 3 shock.
Yeah. My max is 4, so that would put me at 1, I assume.
You heal everybody with 3 shock or just him?
Just him. Well, anybody with the word Imperium
Okay.
That's all of us, right?
Make a
keyword. Yeah.
tech test for me.
Sure. I'm great at tech.
I don't like this objective.
Oh, I'm not
You
gonna
don't
take
even
it
use it.
Well, I think you get double your rank bonus when talking to machine spirits. So your rank is.
No, that's the benefit you get if you pass the tests.
Oh.
If you succeed, you gain plus double rank bonus
Oh,
dice
gotcha.
to all tests to operate the machine.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alright,
My notes were bad.
So I make a tech test to think at Josh. That is 2.
Sweet.
No.
You
Oh, is that
you
a
kinda-
six
you
or
kinda
a-
feel
that's
like-
that was in that one. I was like,
No, that's a 6.
so you're a shock troop or stormtrooper. You've been in a lot of combat.
Yep.
Probably had a lot of head injuries.
Hell yeah.
You feel like that same like a frame drops. Like you lost just a split second. Like you just got hit in the head. You take a shock damage.
Sweet. Seeing him twitch, I will go up to him and say, put my hand on his shoulder and give him like a fiery invective. Be like, see, the part of you that is human will always strive to be more. And I will do the heal shock. That is another 3 points. Okay. So I should be shockless now.
Sure. Cool. Yeah. So do you guys want to go to the space elevator or the Fulgurite Temple? It sounded like space elevator.
Yeah, I think Space Elevator won the vote.
Gotcha. Yeah. So Michael, remind me of your character's name. I had it.
Oh, my character's name is Lemsin Fumak. Lemsin.
Gotcha.
I'm glad I'm not the
I mean,
one with a weird name.
That's no Simselman, but you know, it'll do.
You're
So yeah, Lenson-
Sizzy or something.
Sizzo.
Zyben.
Sizzo?
Linson leads you guys to the space elevator. As you approach, you notice there's a weird mix. A lot of warehouses, obviously, for loading goods, moving them off world, but also like really nice. What we would call them here as hotels. Seems like maybe like wealthy off-worlders are able to come and stay here, and they choose to just stay near the space elevator. Yeah. So as you get closer, what's this? I forgot it. Linson tells you guys that actually getting into the docks is a little bit of an issue. You actually need a travel permit. Typically, only tech priests are allowed to get permits, and passage is usually booked for several days to weeks in advance.
Is this
It's
like
okay.
an efficient? Is it like an official person, like a gate or somebody keeping the area, telling us this?
There's nobody that's telling you that. This is Lenson telling you guys that as you head to the space elevator.
Oh, okay.
Like, hey guys, it might be difficult to get in.
Bah!
Uh,
As a man of the cloak, wearing the Imperium cult's logos and symbols of faith, I will get us in.
And a little psychic power.
I also have a permit.
If the psychic power fails.
Okay, cool.
I'll
So
say.
one other issue is that
We don't need multiple issues. We already have the one.
I cost plenty.
It's guarded by 100 tech priests.
Yeah, exactly.
I will compel them all.
okay, yeah. If you don't necessarily need to do that.
Is there like is there any like this is a nicer area, so there's probably not any homeless around or anything?
No, it's really weird. Like I said, there's a lot of like industrial mixed with like nice setup or nice hotels.
Is there
in
is
that
there
area.
like a hotel next to the like front gate where like most people would transfer their goods in?
Gotcha. Yeah. So all of these roads kind of lead. It's like DC, like the circle ring
Okay.
around where the actual elevators launch from.
Okay.
As you look up in the sky, you can actually see these platforms. They're basically powered by rockets, and they just ride up the rail. And it's kind of like a customs border checkpoint where there's a train of like cargo and people waiting in a line and they're like slowly moving through to get
Okay.
into the zone, where presumably they're allowed to like board
Okay.
the shuttles.
Is there like a
But yeah, there's a hotel like near there. Yeah,
is there like
near
a
one of the checkpoints.
is there like a mechanicus person like manning the front door that like opens the door and lets people in, or is there like I can't remember the
Ticket
name.
vendor?
Someone that picks up your car and parks it for you.
Oh, like a valet.
Oh,
Valet.
Oh,
Why
like a
couldn't I
valet?
think of valet? God, I'm retarded. Yeah, is there like a valet person outside of that hotel?
There's no valet. There's a guy like a doorman.
Okay.
He's not a part of the military, but he's like a citizen of Akris. You know, ton of augments and stuff.
No, that's cool.
There's a shady.
Yeah, I'll walk up to him and I'll compliment him on one of his augments, and maybe talk shop with him for a couple minutes, and then I want to just ask him about, like, just casually ask him about the traffic coming into the space elevator, and kind of mention that I'm looking for a piece of equipment that might have come through, and I'll describe the rough dimensions of the stasis coffin without telling him what it is. Just like, oh, I'm looking for like some equipment that came through here. It's got the box of X size. You know, like, have you seen anything while you're standing outside? You know, waiting for it to help people. But by the way, amazing eye. Like, I'm sure that catches a lot of detail.
Yeah, so obviously, getting a compliment on an augmetic from a Skitari is like, you know, A1. You guys
Yeah.
get the best military tech, so if you're impressed by his augment,
Yeah.
so go ahead and roll persuasion, but you can use your tech skill instead of fellowship,
Cool.
or I think not tech, intelligence, Yeah.
Is that int or I?
Int.
int.
So it's 2. Can I use my? I've got an ability. My conjugator or something like that. Page 132. Use logic in a conversation, and I can use tech for a cunning, deception, or perception check.
Well, I'm already giving you tech.
Oh, I thought you said.
Just to the. Oh, I'm giving you int actually. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Because my tech is 7, where my int would only be 2.
did you say 138?
Yeah.
132
132. 132.
Oh. 132 are also still spells. Oh no, these are actually feats. Oh, okay, I see where it is. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, the conversational conjugator. Yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
That
so
works
I,
for me.
So I can use my tech skill. And I get to use this once per short rest. Oh.
Where do we take short rests?
Have I used that already? I can't remember.
I don't think you have. This is the first time I remember looking at it.
Okay. I'll.
You have something else where you get to use like tech whenever you talk to another Adeptus Mechanicus member, or like I think it's intellect.
Oh, okay.
Which is what I was trying to give you talking to this guy. But yeah,
my intellect
the
isn't
cogitator
very,
works.
Yeah, it isn't very. My intellect isn't very high, or I would have taken that.
You're looking for. You're asking about stolen stuff.
No, like I'm just like, and I might mention like I'm looking for this dimension of a box, and people that might be carrying it might be having these red arms, right? Because
C3PO.
the hardwares have these red servo arms that kind of keeps it out. I'm like, I bet you your eye could pick out those type of details. Oh shoot, that's true. Nice. I'll just take that. So, yeah. Oop, that's on the box. Oh yeah, 6 on the wrath die.
Go ahead and take a glory.
Hells
It's the
yeah.
first
So we
thing
we started out with 2, or we started out with 0.
No, that's wrath.
Yeah, so you have 0
So we have-
glory
we have-
up to 1.
We have 1 glory now.
Glory's in the pool.
Yeah. And then so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes total, or six.
Yeah.
Six. What's it called? Icons.
Yeah, icons. Yeah, so that the DN was 4. You have enough to shift.
Yeah, I do have 1 6 that I can shift. Maybe more information. Is that
It's
an
a
option,
Mechanicus
right? Yeah.
planet.
Yeah.
That's about all I know.
Hey, Julian, real quick DM question. What planet are we on?
We're on.
Avacris.
Avacris.
Yeah. A-V-A.
Avacris.
C-H-R-U-S.
Yeah, that's my home planet.
Sure.
But you're from a different planet. Jesse.
Yep.
I forget what it's called. I think it's called Sanctuary. Or from a Sanctuary world.
Look
Man,
like
I
a
felt like
foreigner,
I
act like a foreigner.
Augment.
It's in the.
I should have put it on there. if you
Josh.
if you hold your tongue to the left and look to the right, a dick butt like pops up on your like reticle.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah, exactly.
Up, down, left, right, select, start,
AV.
take butt.
He says, guitarist. Thank you. Yes, I had it requisitioned off world. Yes. Many red arms I've seen in the past few days. But so many boxes. I can't say if there was anyone in particular. Most of the red arm people, though, they do get to skip this quite crazy line. There's been a log jam the past few weeks. Apparently, more resources are needed as forget who it is. Archdomina has struck a deal with the rogue trader. What's his name? I want to say it's Jackal.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
can't remember his name
terrible.
either.
But the rogue trader who
Yeah.
has recently made the jump from the Cicatrix Maledictum, and so you get the idea. This guy's basically just rambling
I wonder.
about stuff you're not.
just
And I'll
Super
say
Is there
nasty.
like a insight that I can do on him? Because he said I can't say it. I'm like, you can't say or you won't say.
I'll give you it for free. He's just if you look at the line right now, there's like all sizes and shapes of not really wagons,
yeah,
like hovering
hover vehicles.
Yeah.
platforms and like
Pod racers.
yeah, exactly.
I'll
So
ask.
it's not. It'd be really hard for him to spot
A
like a
specific
specific
dimension
box. Yeah.
I'll say. So they get to skip this line, huh? Do they talk to someone specific to be able to skip the line?
The guitarist let them straight pass.
The ones manning the border gate.
Yes.
I thought this
Yes.
guy was like at the elevator door.
He's like a concierge at a hotel outside of that.
Yeah, he's like the doorman
Oh.
So-
at the hotel.
Do these guys just have red arms, or do they have like an extra arm that's red?
They have an extra arm. That's right.
Okay, because I was like, if it's just a red arm, we could paint some fucking red arms on us. But if they've got like an extra arm, that's
They
a
did
whole
have
thing.
extra arms at the tune-up. They weren't red.
We
But
could
perhaps
paint
you could
one
find
red.
some red paint.
You can paint them all red.
just super glue.
All right, you got to install a new arm on me.
Yeah, exactly. Tech roll. Here we go. Third
We
time's a
also
charm.
paint anyone who tries to stop us red.
With blood.
Yeah, I should have said something before I operated on him.
We
like,
can see
yes,
the
you are.
elevator,
I'm helping
Julian."
him. Do not attack me.
What's up?
We can see the elevator.
You can see the rail, and some of the platforms as they regularly go up and
Right.
come back
This is
down
like
to the
massive
planet.
thing.
But
This
you
sort of-
can't see like the necessarily like the
Well,
loading portion.
Would
for
I
the
know what's
elevator
keeping
shuttles.
us from entering? Are there people in front? There guards in front?
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of skitarists basically checking cargo, checking passes, and then letting people through.
We need
Okay.
new
Would I
paths.
know what these passes look like, or a place where we can maybe get some fake ones?
So you go ahead and roll cunning. Yeah, because I don't know if you were high enough up that you actually got to know the gritty details. of how
He's
you guys-
second in
second in
command of the
command.
gearheads.
What are we dealing
The
with?
gearheads have not had a successful off-world mission yet.
Oh shoot! I didn't roll a wrath one. Should I take away
You
one
alright?
of my successes, or should I completely re-roll?
Yeah, just re-roll.
Oh damn, I rolled fucking really good.
Especially since I'm so sore, I didn't want to look like on camera be like.
Oh, never mind. I rolled also good. So
As I'm taking my.
I rolled a 6 on the wrath die. What does that do?
That means
You
you
get a
win.
glory.
Oh, that's
So the team gets a
The team
glory.
gets a glory, so now we're at 2.
okay. So I had 4. I had 2 5s and a 6.
Okay.
And the
So you don't
6
have the
was
wounded condition.
on the
Yeah, so a
wrath.
3 is just fine for you. Yeah, so you were high up enough that you kind of knew. There's this guy called a. Oh, I changed the page.
There's this doc at this bar who's really good at making things.
Yeah, exactly. This Ripper doc,
actually
he
his
makes
brother.
great fake IDs.
His brother.
There's a Lex mechanic who basically does the scheduling for what people and what cargo are going to get to go on what day.
Okay.
And he is the one who would put in to the system who's going to be allowed to come in that day. You know, it's like an airport. You know, you buy your ticket ahead of time, and then they check. You know, do you have a ticket for today?
Where's he at? Or do I know that, or just know he does that?
Yeah. So he is in this district. He's not at the actual guard station, but yeah, you know where he's at. You've been there before.
Okay.
I have an idea.
So we can put Jeshua in a box. He'll be the cargo. We'll bring him through, and then he pops out and starts killing people with the chainsword.
Or he could just add us to the list and we just walk in.
I'm with you, and I can help with leverage. Yeah, we'll just go with that.
All right.
Real quick,
Line up, single fire, hold hands. Let's go.
We should
I
still
just
put
kind of want
Jeshua
to
in a
use my
box.
warp sense to see if there's like a
Subterfuge
weight
isn't
left behind
necessary.
from
It's
wherever I
with us.
sensed
Exactly.
the sarcophagus site.
Gotcha. Yeah, you don't really pick anything up.
Okay.
You do. So all living beings have a soul, so they all have a kind of a connection to the warp, and you're used to that kind of like background hum.
Uh-huh.
But if we're talking about it like noise, it's like one direction in particular is like silent, oddly silent.
Okay.
One Direction. I only caught the last half of that.
He's
One-
listening to the warp.
And One Direction is silent.
Good. I hate that band.
Is it towards
I was like
One Direction? I'm an
setting
NSYNC
up the joke in my head. Like, or which song is that? Which album is that from?
Yeah. So, like, I wouldn't know, but is it towards the elevator?
It's in this like line of people. It's kind of like if you're in a room. You ever been in like a big room and there's like furniture and carpet on one area, and then on the other area it's blank, and it kind of like echoes off to the area that's blank, but the stuff with all the furniture, it's like a little deader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it feels to you. But
Okay.
like the direction where like where all the people are standing, that part feels like deader.
Less warpy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wonder. Like, this is all out of character because I can't read your mind, but or can I? No.
Is it
Insight check.
less warpy because for whatever particular reason I sense the warp, and if there's a disturbance that kind of counterbalances it and
There's a disturbance.
attenuates it or something?
Yeah, it's the force.
Go ahead
Whoa.
and roll a.
Go.
I really need to just like pull this up.
Like, out of character, I'm wondering
A
if
psychic mastery.
You
For
got
me.
it.
the stasis
you have the wounded
coffin
condition,
messes
yes.
with the warp.
What?
That's how he saw that.
You have the wounded condition.
What does the glory
I don't
do?
remember. I don't remember how.
You
I
use
know
it for
I
good
have
stuff,
wounds
as
from the
it-
last one, but I don't
Okay.
remember how many.
Yeah. So if you have a wound, it's like binary. Then you're wounded.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
Yes
It's going to be
or no.
difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5.
Dick
Yeah.
or butt.
that work
Yeah, I
for
see. He's like, I got 1 billion dice.
Look at all my dice.
And they're all 1s and 3s.
There's a bunch of 5s in there. No, there's 2 5s in there.
Which one's your?
The white one. The wrath is a 4, and then I got A 4 and 2 5s.
So that's
So
Of all those dice.
So you do fail.
So do you,
You could choose
a
to
wrath
roll-
I'm gonna use a
Wrath, yeah.
I'm gonna use a wrath to re-roll my fails. That's all of them, right?
Everything
No,
except
so-
the 4s and 5s.
Everything that was not a 4 or 5
Yeah.
Everything that's not a 4 or 5. Okay.
Yeah.
or a 6.
Hey, there we
There
go.
it is.
Bunch of 4s.
Yahtzee.
Hey, there you go.
So that's.
That's
Yeah, so you're a sanctioned psyker. You've basically been trained with like the best that the Imperius could make you, because being a non-trained psyker is very dangerous.
unwillingly, mind you.
You all serve the Emperor's will. Unless you're feeling some type of way about that. Do you not like the Emperor?
Unless what? I
Heresy.
keep it to myself.
Heresy.
Well, because you know the psychers are usually like
They're-
special kids, and they're stolen.
And they're eaten.
Stolen is one word for it. The other would be lifted up.
Gifted with the glorious opportunity to serve him.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the.
She's
Exactly.
not particularly happy about her past.
She should not say this out loud in front of me.
Oh no!
Oh, we'd be
No,
buddies.
she.
We'd be on-
she
we'd
keeps
be
that
on
a
a way
secret.
home.
That's
We
a dark
purge
secret.
heretics here.
Reminds me of that. What's that Netflix show that I was just telling you guys about? That.
The shadow one.
Yeah.
Shadow and Bone.
Yeah. That kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, I didn't check this
Yeah,
out.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. I haven't finished it.
Okay. Cool. So, one thing that was mentioned during your training, it was like very briefly brushed over, were gnolls. These were individuals who not only were disconnected from the warp, but they kind of like dampened the warp around them.
Oh, Knowles. Okay, like
Yeah.
Null.
No.
I thought you meant Knoll, like the
Like the
dog.
hyena people.
Yeah. Like D&D.
I mean, they would extremely reduce my warp.
Knowles. That's baller.
Speak for
I love
yourself.
that name.
Knowles try to bite the warp.
Yeah. So you never encountered one. They're extremely rare. Out of like, you don't know this exact stat, but if I remember correctly, it's like 1 in a billion humans are a null.
So they're just anti-warp.
So
Yeah, pretty much. And like, there's just to ramble a little bit. It's almost like there's something wrong with them. If you were to like sit and have a conversation with them, you would get the heebie-jeebies,
Like they're
even if you
autistic.
weren't a psyker.
huh.
It's like there's something that's not quite human about them.
Do you tell us any of this?
Because I'm picking this up from the absence of the warp presence there.
Where all the people are,
In the
right?
in the line.
Like
right?
possibly it could be one of these. Yeah, I kind of go into brief explanation that
Okay.
maybe there could be, like, I'm not sensing specifically, but there could be a
Yeah.
null in the area, and then I kind of.
How would
briefly
a
explain it to you.
a priest of the Imperium like react to one of these? Because I don't really know a whole lot on them.
I would say that you probably don't know they exist.
Go.
I'll be like, could this being, this null, be used to hide something that has like a heavy connection to the warp,
I feel like that's a
Like
flat
drugs.
yes.
like drugs?
Like drugs.
Drugs? Drugs?
like, and I'll refer back to the tech crypt, and I'll say, I remember you mentioned you sensed a disturbance in the warp where the coffin was.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the coffin like exudes some sort of like extra
Anti-warp.
warp field, or it interferes with the warp
Yeah.
to allow someone to live longer, and maybe this null has been put in place to hide that from prying eyes.
I feel like, yeah, I'm wondering if, like, the sensation that I had around the sarcophagus, because I could feel that there was a disturbance in the warp. I couldn't tell what. And if the null was present there, I would have felt something a little different, but I picked up that there was obviously something wrong there. But now I'm picking up something specifically different. Like there's a blank spot out there. It could be this guy. And I feel like, I don't know, Julian, you might have to take on this, but I feel like my psychic would know, or my psyker would know, that a null could definitely be used to hide things
Yeah.
in the warp. Maybe not
I would
from
say that,
me.
yeah, so again, like they're very, very rare. And you're not like psychers get employed by inquisitors, they get deployed
Drug
with
runners.
like various arms of the military. So there are like tiers to being a psyker. And it's like you just graduated from like boot camp basically.
Yeah.
You've got like the basic knowledge. I would say that you wouldn't be aware so much of what they're capable of. They were just like kind of, hey, you guys should know that these exist.
If these gnolls are very rare, could that be what's in the stasis coffin?
The
I
stasis
would-
coffin is
That's
the
what
thing we're
we're
looking for.
I don't. I would know. It would probably be the difference between what I felt at the sarcophagus site versus what
I
I'm
feel like
feeling
it'd be
now. So
rare
I mean,
enough to-
I'm kind of guessing no.
Warrant putting one in a stasis coffin.
But I
1 in
mean,
a billion? Like that's pretty rare. To
That's
put in
pretty
a
rare,
stasis
yeah.
Coffin, like
I mean, not if there's trillions of people across
Yeah.
the fucking.
yeah.
so you'd run
Yeah,
into
the
it'd
population
still
of
be
humanity is in
considered
the
rare.
trillions.
Like
Yeah.
a comparison of what I felt at the
Yeah.
sarcophagus site versus the comparison of what I feel now.
Is there any
I would say
connection?
no, because it would feel different to me. I think.
Like
Okay.
most, they call them like hive cities. These are the most populated, or hive worlds. These are the most populated worlds in the Imperium.
yeah.
They're going to be like 50 to 100 billion people.
Okay.
So you still might expect like 100 gnolls
Okay.
on the most populous planet. Avakris, it's not nearly that large. We'll say maybe like 15 billion.
Okay.
So
You need to find
Maybe-
a null.
not impossible.
I don't know what
Maybe-
this null thing that you talk about, but I can always have my groupies spread out and spread the word of the Imperium and see what ruffles the feathers of the crowd.
That's
You
a good
should do
idea.
That's not a bad
And
idea.
have them just check and see if there's any boxes about the same size, because the sarcophagus was pretty big, right? It was like 10 feet by
Yeah, it's
6
large.
feet or something. I think, if I remember right.
yeah, it's
12 by 8,
12 by 8. Is that what it was?
I think.
it's pretty big.
Yeah.
I don't want to like stick to a number on it, but it's very.
It was
Pretty
big. So it was. It's a
Smaller than an
significant-
elephant, bigger than a bread box.
It's a significant enough size that we could walk up and down the line, or your groupies can walk up and down the line and say, okay, way too small, way too small, way too small. That one
Like 12 by 8. We'll go with 12 by 8.
Okay, we'll assume somewhere around the size of 12 by 8 in case we're a little off. We'll go a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller.
Are we gonna need something more official than a pass to get in here to be?
Well, at this point, we're just walking up and down the line of people
Yeah.
that are trying to get
Oh, okay.
into the elevator.
So yeah, I basically just turned to them. Simple sermon. You know the rules. Don't. I swear. What was that guy's name? Chip. If you fuck this up again, oh, she gonna have her way with you.
That's funny.
Now, go. And I spread them, and they come like a line of 4 and just move through people, stopping and like pulling out pamphlets, handing pamphlets, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
I want to compel Chip to wander in the wrong direction.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
Love it.
So they, if it has to do with my fellowship or willpower, it would be a 2.
Maybe that's in like the errated book. I don't see it.
Here, I'll see if I can
the
find it.
second edition that I have.
Icons.
Yeah, John, do you remember the spell? Like what exactly it is?
It's compel.
Yeah, but I mean like what the test is, like versus something.
It's
I thought it was like a willpower test. Or
yeah,
something?
it's a DN4 willpower test.
Willpower,
Okay,
so
gotcha.
they only have 2.
So
yeah,
they have to
go ahead
roll
and your
against
willpower.
mine, and then I
Yeah.
have to roll my psychic ability.
Well, you have to roll your psychic first
Yeah.
to see if it even manifests, or if you like summon a demon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I have that
perfect time.
Yeah, I think a demon
Peril
in the
thing,
middle
too.
of that crowd would make it easier for us to infiltrate
It
anyway.
would, yeah.
So
I got a
Can you-
5, a
can
6,
you
a
try
4,
to summon
and
a
a 4
demon?
on the wrath die.
5, a 6, a 4, and a 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay,
5
yeah, but
successes.
you are wounded, so your difficulty goes up to 6. So you fail to manifest.
Bummer.
And then I don't remember. I don't think there's like necessarily a bad thing that
Roll
happens
for
when you fail to
demon.
manifest.
I forget too. I need
Did you
to
get a
look it
1
up.
on the warp dice?
No, that's when it is,
Okay.
right? It's a 1 on the warp
Yeah.
die for apparel.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe you just failed to manifest that.
Bummer.
Aw.
Man, that would have been fun.
Chip is so dedicated that he's like, no.
Yeah, you had 2 successes.
We'll say the null like throws you off.
Yeah, maybe I embellish it a little bit, and then I don't know. Somebody looks at me trying to mess with him or something, and I'm like, "Go Chip." Good
Cool.
job.
Jesse, give me I think there's a leadership test, right?
Yeah. Where's my leadership? Ooh, a 5. I'll go with you.
They're looking for 4
That
here.
would have been awesome.
So if your total is 2 and your and the
ice cream
success
stand.
is 3, you can.
Ooh, I got a
Yeah,
1
if you
on
roll
my
6s
wrath
count as
die.
2.
Yeah. So if you roll 2 6s,
I rolled a
that's
1
it.
on my wrath die.
Nice.
Woo!
And then 3
I was
successes.
supposed to.
And
But
then
did you have the full?
3 successes.
Or 3 icons, yeah.
Yeah. And I will. I need. How many did I need? I needed 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll use a wrath to reroll my 1.
Well, you can't re-roll the wrath.
No, I'm not talking about that
He has
one.
one singular
Oh.
die that was a fail.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Oh,
the wrath.
gotcha,
It
gotcha.
wasn't
yeah.
wrath.
You can also spend glory to add dice to the test.
That's all right. I got a 4, but
Okay.
a 1 crit fail.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. So it takes about 20 minutes. All of your devotees spread out. And how many do you have? You lost
4.
1, right?
Nope.
You haven't lost one yet? Okay, cool. So after 20 minutes, 3 come back, but 1 does not.
Chip!
Is it Chip?
I'll let you pick.
It's not Chip. It's
Okay.
Dan, my trusted one.
Your most trusted Dan. Okay, yeah. So Dan, it's been 20 minutes.
Dan the man.
I mean, the line's like a little bit long. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you know if I turn to the other 2? Like, good job, Chip. You made me proud. Someday you may actually be good enough for the Imperium.
I was gonna send him to like a convenience store, bring him back a pack of gum or something.
Microwave burritos.
Where was the last place anybody saw Dan? No? Chip? Did you kill him?
Did you actually?
Chip,
fuck this
Chip
up?
fervently denies it. But they say that he was headed towards check the back of the line. They kind of just split it up into quarters,
Yeah.
and he had the last quarter.
Okay.
They kidnapped him and put him in the stasis coffin.
Very well. Which way did he go?
Yeah, towards the back of the
The
line.
back of the line.
Just down
To the back of the line. Let us find Dan and fire him down onto the hot concrete.
What? Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah,
We're
so
bringing
you guys-
the wrath of the
I'm just making
God
shit
King
up, man. I don't know.
down on Dan apparently.
Yeah, so
I know
you guys
absolutely nothing about it.
start to head down the line, and as you go, your devotees kind of point at things that they thought might have been the size for the coffin.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess we're all following along at this point, right?
Do we see anybody with
Yeah, if you
extra
want.
red arms?
I thought we were.
You do not.
Where are we headed? We headed to the guy
We're headed deeper into the null area.
Well, we had decided that we were gonna go do that, but then John's character recognized the null, so we decided to search the line, waiting to get through to the elevator.
And then we're
to
gonna
see
go
if
talk
there's
to your
anything. If it comes up blank, then we'll go try to get in.
But if they haven't made it in yet, then we don't need to get in.
Yeah, which I don't know because he was the concierge guy was saying that anybody with the extra red arms was just allowed past the line, so it might not even be in this line. But it's interesting that the knoll is here. So.
Do I see anybody drop their pamphlet?
You're exploring a mystery.
You don't see anybody drop it,
But I
but
see
you
them
do
on
see
the
some
floor.
pamphlets on the ground.
Well, I assumed I'd see some on the ground. I just want to see if I actually see anybody drop one or paying special attention to it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Go ahead and roll. What is their version of like perception?
Awareness. There's an awareness test.
Awareness. Yeah. Go ahead and roll awareness for me.
Okay.
Say this is a 3.
That's two.
A 2? No. So you don't see anybody drop anything.
Okay. I'll just keep my eye on them, seeing if I can find a non-believer to convert.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys make progress down the entire line. Your devotees point out, like, oh, that one looks like the right size. Stuff like that. And you get to the back of the line, and that's pretty much it.
There's no Dan.
There's no Dan.
I'm going to turn around. He's one of my devotees. I'm going to turn around. Excuse me. Did any of you see another man of the cloth come by about this tall, short brown hair, scratch over his right eye?
They say no, but you notice that there are no pamphlets on the ground back here.
He didn't make it this far.
Yeah, I will walk back towards where the pamphlets stop. Or start again.
Yeah, so you start to see, you find like a section, you like talk to some people, and somebody says, oh yeah, he went that way with a kid. And they point down an alley.
With the kid?
Fucking pedo.
Priests and the kids, man.
God. I thought we left Catholic school.
No, this whole place is messed up. Very well. We will head down the alleyway with trying to find Dan for severe punishment.
Yeah, so you head down this alleyway, a lot of refuse.
Oh, of course it is.
A lot of like locked containers where people are like storing stuff to then be moved on.
It's okay, this is gearhead territory.
And
We're
in
fine.
between one of the containers, you find the slumped over body of Dan. He's been disemboweled.
I will
Is
take.
the
If
slash
he had
mark
anything,
lower like kid height?
yeah, I mean it's like across his belly button. But anything that he had of value
Was
is
his pants
gone.
on?
He doesn't look like he was assaulted, but you can roll Medicaid.
I don't bother.
Nope.
This was D&D healing word.
Yeah, exactly. Speak with dead. Who killed you?
Very well.
I'll say-
I will do last rites. Turn him, like get him position right. Come over, pull a spike out of my arm, out of my my robes. Lean down, kiss the top of the spike, and then pound it in his head, directly into the ground.
Pound his head.
You
directly
nailed him.
into
The
the
spike
ground?
through his
Nailed him.
head into the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah.
I'll say, are you finished? We're off track. We need to get back on task.
He was like one of my children. Give me a moment.
Like I
Recent
don't think it computes with Mark because like I'm just like
That's fine.
like I just kind of shrug.
Maybe
come
one
from
day
Dan.
when you're sitting in front of the great
Just
living
like someone
emperor,
dying is just like
Yeah.
okay.
you will understand what it means.
You don't
Yeah,
see
Josh
my
is
face.
like, child processes always die.
Yeah. You don't see my face, but you do not see that I comprehend. I comprehend nothing.
So yeah, and after that, like I just kind of stand up, very well, down to 3 devotees. I will wander back through the crowd. Did anybody see the child that he walked, or is there any other direction where this guy could have went?
I mean, the alleyway continues.
Oh, okay. Is there tracks, or maybe the pamphlet is further down the?
No tracks. There were pamphlets on the ground, but they were the ones that Dan was holding.
I'll say, friend, we are off task.
You're right, and I'll pick him up and I'll hand one to you and say, "May the living God grant you blessing," and then continue
Blessings
walking,
for the Omnissiah.
and then continue walking down the alley.
Because you
I love the way religion brings us all together.
Because you worship the, what is it, the God Emperor, right?
Yeah.
And I worship the God Emperor and 2 other things, right? As far as the Holy Trinity, that's the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah, you think the God Emperor is a manifestation of the machine god?
Yeah. So
do you think the God Emperor is the Omnissiah?
Yeah, I'll just make sure I emphasize.
I'm like the Catholic Church. You're like the Protestant.
Yeah, I believe in the Holy Trinity. Yeah. So yeah, I'll say like I'll do the Adeptus Mechanicus version of Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and and then I'll put it in a pocket. So.
You guys wouldn't know it, but
Go
Sissy's
kiss it
like,
up to the-
Sissy's like, her faith is just an act of self-preservation.
Yeah.
Really, she's
I
like
kiss
a
my
victim
God.
of the Catholic.
Okay.
You're just like psychologically scarred into believing. Michael, you are not, or you know that you guys are not too far from the Lex Mechanic offices.
Yeah, let's go talk to that
Yeah,
guy.
let's do it.
This way. Do I know this guy?
Yeah. I'll say, like, since you rolled so well on the cunning, you were there when you guys delivered bribes to him. You weren't like his main point of contact, but he would recognize you. You would recognize him.
Cool.
When we
basically
get to
best friends.
when we get to the office, I'm going to sit out and see if I can collect a devotee to replace Dan.
That's good because 3 is an unholy number,
Yes,
and you need to either increase or decrease your number to.
exactly.
Was this
So
this
I will
to
say,
meet-
I know that it says that you get him back when you're at like a large city.
Yeah.
However, these guys are like a slightly different.
Yeah, I
religious
get it.
sect.
I get it. I'm still going to
So-
try.
Yeah. You can try and like proselytize.
Yeah.
And see if anybody wants to join you.
Yeah.
And you get like a lot of like hail the Omnissiah,
Yeah.
or a lot of like praise the God Emperor. But I'm late to pick up my machine pod.
Very well, but hold on a second.
there
Have you heard about the trio?
I'm sorry, my auditory functions are malfunctioning right now.
I have a mechanic with me. He fixed some dude's eye a second ago.
What's up, John?
Hey, was this this
Hitler and move
person
on.
that we're looking for? Was he mentioned by that investigator that I had talked to a while back?
The Lex Mechanic or Dan?
No, not Dan. The guy that Michael's and Simselson is looking for.
Yeah. So the investigator did not mention the Lex Mechanic.
Okay.
However, well timed. You guys get to the office where the Lex Mechanic is, and it's kind of like an actual like government building. And you guys go inside, and you run into that investigator as he's walking out.
Hey.
And I'll say, Loxon, fortuitous that you that we have run into you at this moment. How fared you at the tech crypt?
They were most forthcoming, with coming. They were very helpful. MRC 812. You don't remember giving him your name.
Oh. Okay.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.